But yeah, man. So
Yay.
go ahead, man. Like let them know. I mean, we spoke
Well,
about this last week. Like you're a
yeah, we
special
were.
guest on your phone, so go ahead and take over.
Yeah, this is how lucky and fortunate I am. I've got really good friends, and I've got a really good contact list in my phone. And we were talking the other day on our other podcast earlier this week, and the Alien Rangers came up, and then it was suggested that maybe we get some of the Alien Rangers on, and I said, I think I could do that. So. So I reached out to my good friends, Alan Palmer and Raja Barati. So they have agreed to be on the show. So I'm very excited. Now, Raja is on her way. She'll be joining us momentarily. But it is my great pleasure to introduce our good friend, Mr. Alien Ranger, Mr. Alan Palmer. Welcome. Hey. We have a
Hey, how are you?
we have a clap
Yay!
track going for you right now.
Good,
He's
good,
here.
good,
He's
good.
in the
Thank
Everybody
you.
on
show.
Twitch can watch it. Everyone on Twitch is hearing the applause for you, my friend. How
Wonderful.
how are you, man? So you're over in
I'm
Virginia.
yeah, I'm doing extremely well. I think we got out of LA at the perfect time before all this happened, and so
Yeah.
we're set. It's pretty tame here. However, Raja, she's always fashionably late, so she always leaves me hanging.
Well, that's okay. That's all right. We still love her. We still love her.
We
She'll be
do.
yeah. It'll be fun when she joins us. So yeah, Alex, I know I know, see, Alex is a fan, right?
I'm a huge
So
fan, brother.
Alex has watched all of the seasons and he watches them over and over again. So he's
Oh, that's
very in tune
awesome.
with all of it. And I'm quite sure that he has tons of Alien Ranger questions. And then of course we'll talk about all kinds of other things too, like what you're doing now and all that kind of stuff like that.
Cool,
So
cool.
but yeah, Alex, why don't you go ahead and get your geekdom out of the way
Sure,
here?
yeah, Alan, welcome to the Fantastic Duo Show. Oh my God! First of all,
Thanks a
let me get
lot,
this out of the
Alex.
way, Alan. You're getting a lot of love on the chat room.
Oh,
They're
awesome.
they are gifting subs left and right now on the website. I don't know if you're very familiar with Twitch, but it works with subscribers and people who come on and talk to you. So the chat is alive and well. So big shout out to everyone
Awesome.
right now who's on here giving
Yeah.
Hey,
you so much
everyone.
love. Yeah.
That's
So
What's up, Twitch?
amazing.
yeah.
I wish we
Twitch.
could see it, I wish we could
Yeah,
see
well,
these
if you if
people.
you if you if you log on to Twitch and enter in the Fantastic Duo show, then you could
We can
actually
actually
watch
see
it.
it.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's on a bit of
So
a lag, but you can still chat with everybody. It's pretty fun.
Cool.
yeah, and big
Awesome.
shout out to everyone on here, and it's insane. It's amazing to just see how much love the Alien Rangers receive, and obviously how much love here the show is getting from everyone across the globe. So first things first, Alan, what's up with you, man? How's things been? And that's my first question. After you answer that, I like to throw two questions at once, just so I don't interrupt you. The second
Okay.
the second question would be I was a kid when I saw you up on the screen, right? On Power Rangers. So how'd you get into the show and how'd you get the part of the Alien Ranger, the Black Alien Ranger?
Yeah. Well, I was directing a show that the casting director, Katie Wallen, was producing. And I just happened to be in the office when she was looking for someone. And she said, "Hey, do you want to audition for the Alien Rangers?" And I was like, "Yeah, that would be fun." And she goes, "I can't promise anything. I can just get you in the door." So I went in and I read it. And it's very funny because almost every one of our reads were the same. Raj and I were both classically trained actors, so we didn't know the martial arts side of it. And before I got home, I got the call that I got the job. So it was really a cool, quick, easy read,
Wow.
and it was
See, it's
fun, and I
all
was so
about who you
excited.
know.
It truly is.
It really is
Yeah.
sometimes. That's
But
great.
it was such a weird thing, and it's funny because she's always hesitant about putting me in things, having me come in for certain things, and everything she's brought me in for, I've landed. So that's been pretty
Nice.
cool.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Katie
Love Katie
Wallen is
Wallen.
Katie Wallen is great, by the way. She was also the one who cast me as well for the show. And then I had a good friend of mine, David Dunn, and David Dunn was like my partner, my business partner in the martial arts studio. And Katie Wallen just so happened to be like casting for that movie Orgasmo. Remember the one with Trey Parker and Matt Stone back in the 90s?
Yes.
Their movie Orgasmo, which was about like superheroes. That was like a spoof porno superhero movie. It was very funny. It was hilarious. If you guys haven't seen Orgasmo, check it out. But my buddy David Dunn, I called up Katie Wallen and I said, would you be willing to see my friend David and just let him read for a part? Because I knew he was up for the audition. So I said, will you keep an eye on him? And so she totally did. And then he totally got the part. So he was in the movie with Trey Parker and Matt Stone. And he had a fight scene with I guess it's Trey Parker. Because Trey Parker,
wow.
so he got to do a karate fight scene with Trey Parker, and he accidentally kicked him in the face and busted his lip. So, whoops.
Oh man,
That's funny.
He felt bad about
Make
that
an impression.
one. Yeah, no kidding, right?
So yeah,
Anyway.
and if any of you guys on the chat room have any questions, you can do the whole highlight thing so that I'm able to see it because I don't want to miss anything if it passes by.
Yeah,
But,
if you guys have questions for the Alien Rangers,
yes,
this is a
please.
good time to ask them too.
This is a perfect time.
Actually, so what moved you to Virginia, if you don't mind me asking? I was born in Virginia.
You were? What part?
I was born in Newport News area, Hampton.
Oh.
Yeah, I have tons of friends down there. I had done theme park down there years ago at Williamsburg, and and so I met a couple of people, and it just seemed like a perfect place to settle. It's close to New York, so I can take a train in really easily to get into New York to shoot. And my husband has cancer, and so he's out permanently on disability. So we decided to get the heck out of
that makes
with
sense.
The weather, and just the air is terrible there.
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
So,
a lot of smog.
Yeah.
No smog in the hills of Virginia.
No, it rains too much.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, it's beautiful over there.
It's gorgeous, and we have almost 4 acres, and so we just love it. We can horseback ride and do whatever we want out here.
So much more bang for your buck outside of LA and New
York.
Yes,
and we bought at the best time. We moved from New York to LA 27 years ago, and so we bought 20 years ago and sold. I can't even tell you. Bought for low and sold for high. So
wow. So you've been with your husband for 27 years?
Almost 30 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Holy shit, man!
Wow.
Congratulations.
God bless.
Man.
Yeah, that's
we
crazy.
met in preschool, so there's that. No.
I was like, you so had me there. I'm like,
how do you get married for 27 years? You're only 27.
How old are you, Alan?
Yeah.
So here's some questions, if you don't mind, that I can throw your way really quickly.
Sure.
So they want to know, what have you been up to, Alan, since Alien Rangers? Any projects which you obviously started kind of getting into, right? So anything that we spoke about, we spoke a little bit about the stuff off air. So anything you want to mention?
Yeah. Well, I just got the second I got here, I got an under 5 in a new movie with Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan, yeah.
Black it's Panther. A new it's what is it? Dang it. It's a sci-fi thing. Clancy, cool. I think. So it's kind of cool. I shot it up in Washington, D.C. And I've been doing a couple of commercials and writing a buttload. I've got 3 shows going to Scotland next year. So that's
you're
really
talking
cool.
about plays.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And I've also written a couple of screenplays as well. So we're just in the process of getting those to an agent. So it's just a bunch of stuff. I love working. I like having. Is Rajia
I was like, I'm available.
Get that guy
on
here.
You're on my list. Actually, do you know what's so funny? I actually wrote a piece for you, Catherine, Rajia, and myself. So
really,
a while back, yeah. I'm just trying to get it. There's one part of it that's not working still, so I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, it's like there's one part. It's just Steve that's not working.
It's Steve that's not working.
We'll get the Steve part out of it, and then it'll be good.
Man, it would be perfect. No, it would be great. It's kind of about superheroes going back to cons, and some people took them seriously. That the fans thought they were true superheroes, and they asked them to solve a crime in a place, and so we go back to high school again.
Oh, nice.
That is so
Kind of
cool.
reminds me of like
That's
Galaxy
believable.
Quest. Remember the movie
It's kind
Galaxy
of like
Quest?
that kind of thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, where these like actors dress up like their characters from the movie, and then they have to go to the con, and then they really get abducted by aliens
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then they have to like become real heroes.
It's
Yeah.
that meets 21 Jump Street sort of thing.
Oh,
nice.
It's kind of
Cool.
fun. Yeah.
That sounds really
So-
Nice to
cool.
know.
But
Yeah.
your name's even on it. So I just put you as Steve throughout it so that I knew who
Right.
I was talking about, and we're switching the character
Yes.
later.
I
There we
love it.
go.
I
We
love it.
got
I'd
Steve
definitely
coming
love
up in
to
a
be-
movie, ladies and gentlemen.
Could be.
No,
No, I think that when I get out to London, though, we're definitely going to look at making a run at doing some stuff out there, because I think an American actor and in England, an American Power Ranger in England, people would probably watch to see something like that.
like
Yeah.
like
And
an
they
American
always are
Werewolf in
looking
Paris.
for- Totally. They're always looking for they're looking for Americans always for things. And if they don't have to fly
Hire a
over,
British
it's
person
even
that can do a
better.
perfect American accent anyway.
Exactly. It's
Alan-
always very wide. They always sound everything so wide when they're being Americans. But we
Yeah,
probably
it's funny.
sound fall with that too.
Yeah, I sound, my British accent is horrible. Ask my girlfriend; she lives there in London, and it's horrible.
Does she laugh at it all the time?
She's probably laughing at it right now. She's on the chat.
She is on the chat, by the way. Big shout out to you. Here's another question that came in. They wanted to know if they customize the suits, or did you reuse the Sentai series ones?
No, we actually had them custom for us. There were 2 sets of them. And it was a process to get those things made. It's so funny. Our characters were from Aquitar, so it was all
Yes.
about water, and our costumes were made out of velvet, which is not water soluble by any means. They'll fall apart if
water
they get
and
wet.
velvet do not mix.
It's all nanotech. It's all nanotech, though, Alan. So the
Yeah.
nanotechnology comes over the velvet.
Sure,
I
sure,
always just loved that the baby blue ranger. That's what the baby blue ranger in Aquitar of Aquitar. This it was like so aqua, which was pretty
Yes.
cool.
So many questions coming in. This is crazy. I'm sorry, guys, if I don't get to them, but there's so many coming in. Hold on.
All right, go ahead, ask some more.
cool,
Let's
cool.
get the audience involved.
Alan, do you wish the Alien Ranger miniseries was a lot longer, since Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Season 3 used mostly the Power Ranger footage based on Alien Ranger? Power Ranger, sorry.
Yeah, I really do. I heard somebody told me something that was it you, Steve, that told me they turned the black one into pink for one of the shoots. Somebody told me that just the other day. I
Oh
was like,
no, that wasn't me.
was that just like an insult?
Oh.
They were going, yeah, the black one's
Oh
turning
no.
pink. I know, that's crazy.
All I know is I was ready to get back to work.
Yeah.
Because they shrunk us down to little kids at that time.
Yeah, that
They
was.
still-
Did they pay you for that during that time, or were you just like,
No, we did get paid. Yeah,
that's
we got
good.
paid for it. Yeah, that was good. That was for. We needed that break though, because we had just come off finishing season 3 pretty much, and before that we were filming the movie, and then before that we were filming all of season 2. And we never had a break. And in between that, we had to tour all over the country for the premiere of the movie and stuff too. So
yeah, it's
we
a
just
lot.
did not have any time off at all. So they finally gave us some like a couple months off, and that's when you guys jumped in and took over and handled beautifully. By the way, it was awesome.
It was fun, and I hadn't even seen the show before that, so I didn't know anything about it. But
right.
But it was so cool after seeing it and seeing you guys. And I have to say that you really are. It is a family, and people are so kind. The people that have been associated with this, this production over the years, everyone has been so incredibly kind and gracious.
They really are. And the thing is too, is like everyone that I've gotten to meet that have been on other seasons and stuff, everyone's been so cool, and for the most part, everybody embraces the fact that they were on Power Rangers, and it's actually like a really cool thing, so as they should, I mean, it's an awesome part
franchise.
of pop culture. Yeah, exactly.
It truly is. And Saban's very smart the way that he's set this up, because look at how long it's been running, and God only knows how long it's going to continue to run.
Yeah, and I will give praise to Haim actually in that sense. Well, because obviously, I mean, he gave me the job, and if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have any of this. So that's great. But he was very smart. Like he saw something that nobody else saw. Because with that show, every exec laughed him out of their office when he tried pitching that show. He tried getting that show made for like 7 or 8 years before it came on. And finally, by the time that Fox Network, which was a new network, was starting a kids programming, they said, "Yeah, we'll take 13 seasons and we'll take 13 episodes and see how it goes." And then it blew up, But I don't even know if he necessarily knew it was going to be as big as it was. But he did have a good idea, and he also knew how to like market it the right way too. Because when he sold it to Disney, it tanked and went downhill, and it was like almost down and out. And so he bought it back. And when he bought it back around Power Rangers Samurai, it started taking off again.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was very smart. Very smart.
Yeah, very, very smart. I happened to work with a woman who dated him in college, I guess. And
really?
And so at craft service one day, we ended up talking. I was like, "Do you happen to know Gila Ehrlich?" And he was like, "Oh my God!" So
wow,
that's pretty cool.
Small world stuff. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Wow, here we go.
Crazy. So, go ahead.
Sorry. I thought you were done. My bad. If you got something to say, go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't.
No, we're done.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna raise my hand from now on. Yeah, we got so many questions. My goodness, this is crazy. How long did it take you to get the stuff on?
The prosthetics.
Yeah.
That's right.
It took us the first couple of episodes. It took us a while because we got there about 5 o'clock in the morning, and got in the makeup trailer, and they were trying to match the colors with the mask and try to kind of keep the swirls and all that stuff. And then by the end of it, they threw just basic stuff on, and we're like, "You're done in 5 minutes." So it was 2 hours the first couple of times, and then
it kind of came off that way. I'm not gonna lie to you, on screen, like you can see it on television.
Really?
Oh wait, we have someone just joining us here. Hold on.
Oh
wow,
I think we've got somebody else coming in.
Hold on.
Oh, there she is.
Hello,
gorgeous. How are you?
Oh, hello.
There she is.
Hi, Rajia.
Making a fashionably late.
We already introduced you, but you can say hello to everybody that's watching us live right now. You
want to turn your applauses. More applauses.
No? The other way, like this.
Yeah, sideways. Yeah.
Yes,
there you are.
Yes, that's perfect.
Drink a little. There we go.
I love it.
All right, so
I miss you, baby.
Aww. Yeah, you guys are like so far away from each other now. You're like besties, but you're like so on opposite sides of the planet.
Your house looks amazing. I love it.
It's amazing, except if I turn the camera the other way, you'll see that still I'm in boxes, and it's crazy over here. I need you here to
I will be there.
Strong man work.
Oh,
she needs you, Alan, for a woman's touch.
Hey, the man is strong as a brute. Let me tell you. He's just
I love this.
Oh, I know he's strong. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but wait a minute.
You can even see it in the screen.
Local. Yeah, you're local till Tuesday, aren't you?
Who, me?
No, he's not. He's in Texas.
Yeah, I don't live in LA anymore. Yeah, I'm in Texas, but moving to London. Yes. So that's where you're from, right?
I'm not jealous at all. I'm so jealous. No, actually, I was educated in Kuwait at a British academy, but we used to have a home in London. So.
Oh, right. Ooh, yes. Excuse me. Wow.
I know. It was really nice. I mean,
it doesn't get more posh than that.
No.
I must admit, it was 10 Lancaster Gate, and it was, I think it was 10 or 100. This is how long ago it's been. But it was overlooking Kensington Gardens. Oh, people, I tell you, it makes me cry. It's so beautiful.
Oh, wow.
It was gorgeous.
I have to say, when we went to a con in Preston, we stopped by in London, and Rajia just happened to go to a princess's house in London. And I was like,
tell us about this.
Yes, please.
Hey. It's a sheikha.
Oh, a sheikh. Oh, okay. Yeah. So what was that? Right.
Well, I don't generally talk about that part of my life, because already people call me Snooty Barudi. That's all I need.
Oh my God.
Just sorry. We have to make a quick stop to see the princess real quick.
Exactly.
Love it. So
can you carry my bags?
So you guys did that Comic-Con in Preston in England.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
so fun.
Alan, wasn't it amazing?
That was amazing.
I love that convention.
Super
It was a
fun.
lot of fun. Yeah, I'll definitely be going back to that one.
Yeah.
The
We hope to go
people-
to it again. That was
So,
awesome.
you know, it's a funny story about that con in Preston. So the guy who runs the con, one of his friends, he owns a really big nightclub there in Preston.
Oh.
And so essentially he took a bunch of the actors from the con out that night and took us around to like 4 or 5 different clubs and set up like tables and bottle service
Wow.
and everything for all of us. And one of the actors that was there was a kid named Sam, and he played young Hodor on Game of Thrones.
Hodor, yes.
Oh, we saw him.
Hodor.
We saw him.
That's so
cool. So Sam was with us, and then we went out to one of the clubs, and one of the clubs we were at, actual Hodor was there DJing at the club.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Super cool. Really?
Yeah,
Really
yeah,
cool.
he's
That
really
was
cool.
like
Yeah.
such a guilty pleasure. I think I binge watched the entire series. I think in like a couple of weeks. It was embarrassing. I never left the house.
Couple of weeks.
Oh, it's not now. Yes.
I binge watched the whole thing in
available
24 hours.
I know it's really so sad, but yes, it was
Oh,
fabulous.
well-
Not
well,
as
Rajia-
fabulous. I want to say, you guys,
Okay.
come on. 25 years. It's been, how long has it been?
27 years,
26
I think.
now.
Well,
Oh, 27.
since we all met each other, maybe 25 years.
Crazy. I'm talking about the show.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
being on that show and
27
having
years
it
now.
live this long
Yeah.
and having gorgeous people around the world. I mean, come on. You went to England, to Preston. We went to Preston. You know, we have people from Australia saying, you know, come, we want to meet you. We want to see you.
Yeah.
And the people in Brazil, and you, Brad, I know have been to Brazil. I'm not jealous about that either.
Yes, I've been to Brazil probably like 4 times, actually.
Yeah,
Oh,
rub it. Go on.
excuse me.
There's
Rub it
a huge Power Ranger fan base over there in Brazil. So,
Really?
yeah, it's
Oh,
massive,
wow.
actually. Well,
Yeah.
actually, yeah, Brazil has the biggest Comic-Con in the world. It's bigger than New York. It's bigger than San
What?
Diego. Yeah, there's easily 400 to 500,000 people that show up to that Comic-Con
Wow.
in Brazil. Yeah,
That's
Amazing.
incredible.
It's called
Amazing.
Comic-Con Experience in Sao Paulo, and it's like legit. It's
experience.
probably
Rocking.
Yeah.
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 That's cool.
Wow.
We'll have to
By the way,
Yeah,
I
you
just
guys
want
should
to
come
way
down.
to get there.
say
Yeah, go ahead.
the energy in this
Huh?
room right now is insane. By the way, so we
Yeah.
got
So
we got
so yeah.
Yeah,
So
Raja
Rajia,
needs
there's
to
a lot
cheer
of
up.
yeah,
I'm
there's
like-
a lot of people are watching
sprinted
this
to
live
see
right now, and
Yeah?
they're chatting, and they're gonna ask questions to you and stuff, and we're gonna get the fans
Yeah.
involved, so they'll be able to ask questions as well. So, but actually, Alan was telling us earlier kind of how he got involved in Power Rangers. How did you get involved on the show?
I think oh, hang on 1 second. Somebody's climbing my leg. Say hello to Bo, everyone. Hello. That's
Aw.
Of course.
Bo, leave me alone. Anyway, I think strangely and miraculously, very similarly to Alan, I got a call. It was such a random thing, and I can't remember what the seed was, but I got a call from the fabulous Katie Wallen to audition.
She's amazing.
Fantastic girl, isn't she? Gorgeous
she
and
is.
fantastic and sweet. And went in to see her, had no idea really what it was, but approached it because at the time I was doing a lot of theater and I thought of myself as very serious theater actor. Yes, like quoting Shakespeare all the time. I was really nauseating. But
Right.
you know, so when I saw this, you know, I think some of it sounded quite regal. And so I brought the theater training to it. And some of the sort of like, I don't want to call them tics, but sort of mannerisms.
Yeah.
And it was incredible because I literally had one audition and got the job. And I was
Wow.
very, very
Amazing.
blessed. I feel it was just so lucky and so blessed and at the right place at the right time and great people. And guys, look at this. You know, I know it's the same for all of the Power Rangers series, but look at the Alien Rangers, guys. We had all kinds of, we had Latinos, we had Caucasians, we had African Americans, we had a gay man, we had I mean, honestly, a woman
The
as a
leader.
leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, a female
Ladies
lead
and
as well,
gentlemen,
which
may
is
I present
amazing.
you
Woo-hoo. She never lets us forget that part. That's the one thing we never have.
Well,
She has to lead up to that. That's her spiel.
that's
Oh,
exactly
I love it.
By
I
the
love
way, I'm the lead.
Yeah, exactly.
Though I think it was absolutely genius of Saban. You know, Haim Saban was just so ahead of his time, had such vision, because I mean, look at where we are now. And I really do believe that, I mean, I get so many little girls and boys and men who say, you really taught me a lot about, you know, that women could be strong and could be leaders, and I pretended to be you when I was growing up, and
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
gave me strength. And I love that. It changed my perspective on the job I did back then, which I
Right.
didn't know was such a big deal because it was so new.
Right.
I had no idea at the time that this would have legs and it would be a meaningful thing in society. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's so incredible, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 27 years later after the show started, I mean, you guys were just there, what? So it's been, you guys were there 2 years after. So, you know, 25 years for you guys. It's
Yeah.
insane. And
Was it even 2? Yeah, I think it was, what was the second season?
Yeah, it was 2. Yeah.
It was the second season going into the
I think
third.
it was the
Top of the third.
Oh, was it the or no, it was the third season going into the beginning of Zio, right?
That's it. That's
third season
Oh,
going
that's
into
what it
Zio.
was.
Yes,
Top
yes.
of the
Yeah.
third, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Come on, Alex. This is
I'm-
your realm.
I'm so
No,
flustered
he's,
right
he's
now.
absolutely right.
I'm trying to get all these questions in, and you guys, I'm a fanboy right now. I hope you guys know this on the chat room and everywhere else, so it's
Yeah.
okay. So
That's
Well,
awesome.
no, while he's looking at the questions, I just want to thank both of you again for coming on, because you know it was so out of the blue and like random, because we were just talking about Alien Rangers
Yeah.
on our last episode, and
That's
we
so
were just
cool.
like, we need to get the Alien Rangers on. So I said, you know, so
Thank
appreciate you
you.
guys coming on
Thank
such
you
short
both
notice. And
for
everything. It was
asking
awesome.
us. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Love it.
And
You
I think
guys
Yeah.
have a great show. I really enjoyed watching your little piece last night. It was
Yes. They're
Oh, good.
with my girl Karen Ashley. Oh, I
Oh
love
yeah.
her.
Oh, you watched
Yeah.
the one with Karen? Now that's
Nice.
cool.
I
Yeah.
Yeah.
love her. I love
well,
her
we're 29 episodes in, so this is really cool to have you guys on here, because you guys
Very cool.
were a small
What
but
took ya?
huge part. Yeah, I know.
We were
Sorry.
building up to it. We needed a bigger audience before we could be bothering you guys.
There
too
you
much.
go.
Smooth, baby, smooth.
Jeez, that was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, Jesus. But
Yeah.
yeah, you guys. But we mentioned this before when Alan first came on, that you guys had such a small, just like 10 episodes. So yeah, such a small
11.
thing. 11 was it 11?
Counting.
Because even
Well, because it went into Zio.
the Zio, that's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so it would count as 11, correct? So it's crazy, right? Because you guys are loved. You guys just coming in and taking over, and the things that you did in the show to kind of arch and bridge what was happening between the seasons there was really cool. And one of the things that they're asking is, Raja, have you had any
Work done. No, she
no,
doesn't.
no,
She's
no.
unnatural.
Oh my God, no! I not say that. What has been any?
Hello, everybody. How are you?
They want to know: have you been
Oh,
working on
brilliant.
any
Not
new
yet.
projects?
Oh my goodness. Well, I have to say that my life sort of took an interesting turn, which I didn't expect at all. Right after Power Rangers, I had the decision to make, because I was approached to travel the world as a spokesmodel. And, a lot of people were like, are you crazy? Your career is going to be taking off. What are you doing? Why are you leaving LA? But I thought, there's something about, seeing the world on somebody else's dime.
Yes,
And,
yes.
hello,
That's an important part of it.
Exactly.
It is.
And but also the experience of traveling all over the place and meeting people in their own cultures, I felt was such a huge, and for me, it just planted all kinds of seeds. And what's interesting is when I got back, somebody heard my voice on a show.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a call saying, hey, I heard your voice, would love you to come into audition. That's how it happened. Now I remember. And and then, I walked into a room and there were all these people. They said, you're going to be doing voiceover for something. I'm like, I didn't know what it was.
Right.
And they said, we want this character to be, larger than life and, all this kind of thing. They, at the time, they weren't even talking accents. And I came in because I traveled so much and met so many people. And like my brain was a file for sound, which I didn't quite realize that. So I went in there and did this crazy character of Hexuba. Not Hexuba, no, for Big Bad Beetleborgs, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was just this enormous character. And that kind of started the ball rolling for me in the voiceover world. So
amazing.
It's fantastic. And during this time with, COVID and things happening, I feel one of the biggest blessings of my life is to be able to still work in my field as a voice actor, doing video games, or I performance replace for actresses, like all kinds of actresses. I voice match them in movies. And if a director wants a different take on a scene and they weren't able to do it at the time, or if there was like different sound happening that so I will go in and it will be seamless. And so I do a lot of voiceovers and voice matching. So I'm very, very lucky that way.
Yeah, congratulations. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. It seems like quite a few Rangers like went over into voiceover stuff after that too. Johnny Young Bosch does that as well too.
Does he really? That's fantastic.
Yeah, Johnny Young
really
Bosch. He's
cool.
probably got like 200 anime credits now.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very cool.
Some big ones too, actually. Like Ichigo from Bleach and Trigun and all these big, Sailor Moon and everything. Yeah, so he's done a lot of cool stuff. Pretty cool.
Al, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna have to leave.
Well,
That's
we
hilarious.
were talking earlier. We figured
we were giving you the opportunity to kind of like to
catch
have.
up.
We were holding you
catch up,
down.
exactly.
Yeah. So really quickly, and this question is for the both of you guys. We'll start with we'll start with Rajia because she's here now. So Alan spoke too much, she said. So we'll wait for Alan. Rajia, so did you, by any chance, after the whole stint on Power Rangers, did you follow the show? Was there a favorite season that perhaps you kind of like gravitated to, or was it just like, okay, cool, this was a gig, I'm moving on?
Well, interestingly, I had not seen our stuff.
Really?
Wow.
So to watch that was really super fun.
When was the first time that you saw it?
Oh, it was after the show. After the,
like
by
10 years.
Like
Like 10 years.
It was a long time.
Wow.
Because remember, at the time, it was different. It wasn't like, I'm going to go over, I'm just going to press a button and it's going to come up on, it was not like that. Where the
very
huge
true.
tapes of VHSs.
Yeah.
Okay, don't say anything about the age. We're looking at well preserved.
27.
Yeah, 27 and a half, but don't say a word. No, but so it took us a long time. It took me a long time to see it. And I thought, wow, this is really delightful. But at the time, I remember thinking, oh boy, look at that costume. I had no idea. We had no idea what we were going to look like or sound like. So to see all this stuff come together was kind of amazing. So I have to say, our seasons.
Nice. Yeah.
She took over.
Well, there you go. That's cool. So I actually had no idea that you guys hadn't actually like watched any of the episodes like before until years later.
Or after.
Yeah. Or after.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
So how was it then being so well received at like Comic-Cons and stuff like that? How did you guys feel about that? Probably didn't expect anything like that. Yeah.
You know what's weird? Can I just say this? A week ago, I was in the mall with my daughter. We were school shopping, and I have the mask on and everything. And we were leaving a shop that she had. We bought some.
You had your fish mask on?
I had just like the safety mask.
The COVID mask.
The COVID mask. Yeah.
Okay.
And this woman came out of a store. We'd gone across a Hot Topic, and this woman came over and she goes, "Can I ask you something? Were you on Power Rangers?" I was like, "How the hell would you first know that from my mask being here?" I was like, this doesn't make any sense. She was like, can you come back over? Can I get like a picture or something? I was like, yeah, come on. Listen. But it was so crazy because I was like, how would you know?
Amazing, honey.
Weird.
Now, how did
that was pretty cool.
To be like
Yeah,
this.
wow, that's so crazy. Yeah,
That
I
is
mean,
wild.
because you guys
I
were
didn't have a bag.
pretty in disguise,
Yeah,
So
you
Yeah.
guys
Oh, yeah.
definitely
that's pretty
were.
Oh, yeah.
interesting.
No,
Very
people.
Wow,
I mean,
that's
I've
crazy.
really
had
cool.
lots of comments afterward, like, "Oh my God, we had no idea," because they didn't have any idea what we looked like underneath, for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
it's crazy.
that's so cool though, that it's like it's so memorable though, that people would still
Yeah, and yet-
recognize it years later.
Yes.
Yeah, and yet we don't get invited to the Florida con that you guys go to all the time. The
Oh, Ranger Stop?
Ranger Stop. Never get invited to that.
Oh, really?
I think
So
I
crazy.
was. I was, but I was let go for a bigger name, darling.
Oh,
Oh.
this will not do. This will not do. I'm
No.
going to call Michael and I'm going to fix this.
That's
I
so
think Ranger
funny.
Stop. Yeah, I mean, well, now you're close. Just go to Florida. Like,
Yeah.
we'll set it up.
Show up
We'll
there.
set it up.
Just show up.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need my table.
I'm in the
I need my
house.
table. Yes, I'm here.
Well, I
I need my
have to
table.
say, I mean, one of the things that was just so wonderful is that the amount of love and the outpouring of love that we received was so. I mean, the very first time I went, I mean, they had been asking for several years for me to arrive, and I really had no idea. And I was like, "What are they talking about?" I was so out of the world. I had no idea until I started getting those letters about the effects that we had on people's lives.
Yes.
And it was so moving. And I thought, oh my God, I've got to show up. And I literally showed up with nothing because I had no idea what was expected. No pictures, no nothing. I mean, I just sat there, and Alan had not been there at that time. And it was incredible, the outpouring of love and all the people came to see us. And it was really sweet. And because of the special, I call them just my special darlings, because of those people who are, I mean, they're so innocent and beautiful and full of love for, the show and the cosplay of it. And there's a big community. I felt like this is a family and we need to represent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was very proud and delighted.
Well, can I
so sweet.
Can I tell you something? You have a lot of people crushing on you on the chat right now, by the way. So
everybody had a crush on Raja. Even I had a crush on Raja.
I love you guys. Love you.
I was like, who is this exotic girl?
Yeah. First of all, she
was
came
like,
in.
Get away, kid. Go away.
She came in.
Everybody, don't take it personally.
She came in as the
shy.
She came in as the leader as well, so it was like she brought that presence into the character with who she is and her, the way you speak and the way you introduced yourself in the show to everyone who's watching. You kind of like put, from what I've seen so far in the last we've been doing this now for 30 minutes. I've seen a little bit of
some
that.
of us have.
Yeah, some of us have. Yeah, so
some of us were on time.
I've seen.
Hey, working.
We've seen that
I'm kidding.
some of who you are was in the character, right? Because you're not acting right now. The same person that I'm listening to talk right now is almost the same exact person I saw when I was a kid, and just rewatching it the other day, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So
love you for that.
Yeah. So you bring it out. I do have a question that Dave did ask in the chat, and I personally want to ask. I know that Hasbro took over the rights for everything, with the characters and whatnot. Do you guys want them to actually come out with Alien Ranger figures? Because I think it's due. It was a big part of the
They
series
actually
back
did.
then.
We have them. I have a bunch of them.
Right, the
actually
Bandai
gathered
ones,
them.
right? You guys got the
Huh?
original Bandai ones.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, they're the larger one. We actually had the little larger ones, didn't we?
I didn't see the
The
larger.
first
I've only
one?
seen the little ones.
But see, there was the toys that came out that 25 years ago, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then maybe about 7-8 years ago, they started coming out with all the legacy action figures.
Oh.
And I don't remember if they did any Alien ones or not. But now the show is no longer owned by Saban. It's all owned by Hasbro. And they've been coming out with these figures, the lightning action figures.
Oh,
and they actually have,
awesome.
you can take the helmet off and put the head on of the actual face of the person. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
so cool. Yes, I want.
Those are really cool.
Yes, I
They
want.
used to do that.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. A lot of people in the chat want to know, like, should we push for this? And also another thing, guys, is
Yes,
that your
please.
characters are alive and well in the comic book world. By the way, Boom Studios has done an incredible
Yes,
job
that's what I heard.
of incorporating the Alien Rangers into the whole Mighty Morphin family on the comic books.
I
That's
love
awesome.
it. Well, they're so visually cool and they were so distinctive. So that lends itself to the whole, the whole comic book world. I love that.
Yeah.
I want to own one of those comics. Absolutely.
Oh, you must, yeah.
Well, we
so-
can make that happen. I know
Yeah.
Jose at Boom Studios. I can tell him to send you a comic. He's in LA too. I'll
Oh,
tell him to
that's
mail
love
you.
it.
cool.
I'll tell you
I
guys.
would
I'll tell him.
so
I'll
like
reach out to him and tell him to mail you guys. Just make sure you guys give me your address, and I'll call him up.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. No problem.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
with
'cause
Very cool.
you were saying, sorry?
no, go ahead. Yeah.
No, from the, I had such a collection of great toys from the time. You are super cute, by the way. I love your smile. You are really just such an open, lovely creature.
That is-
Yay for Alex! Wow.
I am done with the show. Steve, you can take over.
I never got a compliment like that before.
He's like, go to
I've
London.
been friends for 25 years.
Yeah, your thank you is so different. Now here we go. So there's I had a collection and I got it from all kinds of fans. Would be so sweet. They would buy me the toys, and I had just this enormous collection of the original ones, and I would save them up and send them to incredible fans that we have around the world
Yeah.
who actually cosplay for sick people, sick children.
Yeah.
And for Make-A-Wish, and I mean they are incredible. So I would just get all my goodies together and the lovely t-shirts that you guys signed, and anyone who is going again to meet those special kids who were having a difficult time physically got something special from us. So I love that.
That's
I
cool,
love
yeah.
that it affected them that way, that it made them happy.
Yeah.
Now they also
I like that
brought
too.
back your characters for and they did mention it on the chat for Ninja Steel, right? When they did the super battle with everyone in it, they actually had the Alien Rangers.
That was the Mega War, not
Mega
Super
War.
Ninja
Okay,
Steel.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they actually
We need
had-
we need clips.
And that's when
wanna
I was
see-
pink, right? That's when I turned pink.
Yeah.
Oh
How
my God.
funny.
So
That
and
is so weird.
do you guys?
Was I Wing Chunging it? No.
Yes, Super Mega Force.
Okay.
That's right. There you go. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So do you guys stay in touch with the other Alien Rangers, or is that something that you guys like all the Power Rangers kind of are like a big
Yeah, I
family,
only
and you
ever
guys
see
are
you
part of
guys.
that. Yeah, I only see you guys
Yeah.
too, like online.
Kareem came one year, which
Yes.
was nice.
We love
Uh,
Kareem. Is a
We
wonderful
love
guy.
Kareem.
He's
And
so
Jim,
marvelous.
we finally found Jim, so
Yeah.
we're excited. He lives in Jersey, by the way, so
Yes.
or New York, one of the two. Either
The
New York or
Yellow
New Jersey.
Ranger.
So
He's
Yeah.
a fantastic
Oh
guy.
yes, he's a real
a
estate
lovely
agent.
man.
He's
Yeah,
yellow.
he
The thing
is.
he
And
was
he's super,
tiniest.
super
He's the
cool.
Yellow Ranger.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
so funny. He cracks me up. And then David Bacon's up in Northern California.
We haven't talked to him
he's
in a
director
long
and
time. Be
stuff.
nice
We
for
haven't
us to all get
spoken
together.
with him. Yeah, this next year we should probably try to figure out
Bo,
something
leave
to
me
get us
alone.
all together.
We need an alien reunion. We need an alien reunion
That's right.
for sure.
Yeah, that's
We'll
what I
make
was
it happen
thinking.
on the
Yeah.
Fantastic Duo show.
Yeah, have
We'll
you
do a
guys?
big
Let's do
Zoom
it.
meeting?
Have
That
you
would be
guys?
so cool, all of us.
Yeah, that would be so dope. Have you guys ever thought of perhaps lending your ideas or even your voices to the show again? Have you guys ever made any contact with the television show? I know Steve has mentioned in the past that he's always willing to work with the television crews and the people, whatever they need him for. So have you guys ever
Yeah.
tried after, like, this show's a massive success. You're talking about them probably lining it up for another 27 years, full of
Wow.
content. So
Yeah.
yeah.
We can only hope.
Yeah.
And
we
we'll
can
be
only hope, I guess.
32 at
I
that
would-
point.
Yeah.
I will need superpowers by then, but yes, I can
Yeah.
play sort of an elegant
Oh my
world
God.
leader.
They
leader
show wheel us all out there on wheelchairs. Hi everybody.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah.
No, but
That's
we
funny.
don't. We usually don't contact casting people. We just, I guess, we just hope they call us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really do mean it when they say, "Don't call us, we'll call you."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know how. It's not really very often that you can like reach out to casting, and sadly, Katie's no longer the casting agent for the Power Rangers now. It's Iris now, and so
I
yeah,
don't know,
it's
Iris, is
harder.
she wonderful?
She seems pretty wonderful. I don't really know her that well, to be honest.
Yeah.
Wow, this
Well,
is
I'm
incredible.
open to all, and I know Alan is open to all, and Steve.
Always.
Well, you know what, you
we
guys.
don't have to be asked twice.
There's a running theme here on the show that whenever we have past Rangers come to the show, they never age. They still look just about the same, and the same
Keep
goes.
that coming.
The same goes for you two. So I think it would be
Thank you.
great to have you guys on there. Now
That'd be
you've
awesome.
yeah, for sure. You guys have any idea of what's going on now? Do you guys stay in touch with the current stuff like at all? Or do people, when you actually meet people
Well,
out
I think
and about?
through the cons, we all stay in touch with each other pretty.
Yeah. So
well.
So one of the questions were like the con situation. Were you guys gearing up to do some tours before COVID hit, and are you planning on doing anything afterwards?
Well, actually, it was kind of interesting because, I mean, we keep on getting I do, and I'm sure Alan does, keep on getting sort of these instant messages saying, hey, are you doing anything local? Or can we see you somewhere? Where? And honestly, PMC was a big disappointment to a lot of people. I generally like to keep it scarce, sort of keeping, of course, the standard of the brand and wanting to go to really good cons. So I will pick and choose, but it's been in terms of PMC, I will always go there.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Anything that's quality.
Scott's done a great job with that, by the way.
He really has.
Scott Zillner, he's the promoter of PMC.
Yes.
And he's really done well with it to make it grow. And we have fans come from all over the world, which is really cool. I like that.
Absolutely.
So they're bringing it back in June, everybody. It's coming back in June.
It is.
Yay.
Yeah.
I think I heard that. Yeah.
Now, Alan, I had a question come in before for you. Don't want to give all the love to Rajia here, but they want to know. They want to know if do you have any advice for any? Because you did mention screenwriting, and we had some people here that are doing screenwriting in the chat. And they want to know, do you have any advice for anyone? Because it's a hard profession to get behind. Like screenwriting, you kind of have to lock yourself in that room that you're in there and shut everything down and go crazy, right? Because I do a little bit myself, so it's maddening. So, do you have any advice for anyone here on the chat that's getting into screenwriting?
That was really just Alex's question.
that was really mine, and I want to slip my script to you here in a minute. So
yeah, it's funny. People get locked up in. They may get stuck in one sentence or whatever. I freeform write, so I just write, and then slowly try to bring it together and get it cohesive. Send it to a really good friend of mine who always kind of looks at it again and says, I would work on this, and this, and then I come back and do it again. But once you get that finished product, you either need to get a good entertainment attorney or a great agent that can get them to the right people.
They can get it in the right hands.
Yeah. So and even then you're not guaranteed.
Right.
No, of course.
So when it comes to writing, like, do you like form the idea first and then start to put dialogue to it, or does dialogue come to you and you'd be like, that would be great in a movie, or is it different all the time, or what?
It's usually ideas first, and then once I think about the main idea, then I go, okay, well, what would happen to these people? And I keep putting like scenarios and things that would happen, and then I break it down into a scene and say, okay, what would happen in this scene and what needs to happen for this. I kind of map it out. I have a board, so I kind of map it out, and
well, those boards,
it's that kind of thing. It's fun. It's a good.
I think everyone
has
their process, right? Everyone has like their own process. Like for me, it was like on napkins. I have to like really write it down, not just on the laptop. And I see things in incomplete scenes.
Yes.
So I just keep writing, And what's interesting about the time of COVID, I'm going back to my roots, which was, we started off years ago with this great group called Filmmakers Alliance. And sort of we worked on the Amish system. I'll work on your film for free if you work on my film for free.
Right.
And
Right.
it's
Okay.
a group of friends working together, creating little stories. And now, because of COVID, I see that I'm moving back towards that, making my own short movies, because now the format is changing.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
there are avenues and festivals of short films, and they're super high quality.
Yeah.
And for me, focusing on story is so important.
Yeah, and I think
know?
Yeah.
I think now with the streaming
Bro?
the streaming world that we have now, you're pretty much able to cut off the middleman and get your projects out there, whether it be on YouTube or anywhere, even
Exactly.
even Netflix. Like
If you can get it shot, yeah, if you can get
yes,
it shot,
you have a
there's
chance.
place for it somewhere.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
can shop it almost everywhere now.
Yes.
Which is great.
What a
It's a
time.
great, and it's good quality entertainment. It's not just schlock. And what's funny is they would have been turned down by major studios. Like,
Exactly.
did anyone see the morning show? That show would have
Yes.
been turned down
Yes.
100 times over, but it was so brilliant.
Are you talking about the one that's on Apple TV?
on Apple TV.
Yeah,
Yeah, the one with
Is it
Jennifer
fabulous?
Aniston and them. I watched that
Yeah.
whole season. It was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Really
so
good.
So
good? I
good.
can't wait.
The morning
Brilliant.
show.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Great character development and
Mhm.
really good arcs on everybody. No one had a bad arc in them.
The
It was
layers
really-
the layers on that show were insane because they were telling different stories at once, and you
Yeah.
would think you would get lost in something, but everything at the very end kind of came together. Steve
Yeah.
Carell killed
Mhm.
it in that show, so you got to
So
definitely
good.
watch it, Roger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Steve
gotta
Carell
watch
is
that.
good in that. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, he's brilliant.
He
Yeah,
really is.
Steve
is
Carell,
brilliant.
Reese Witherspoon, and
what's his
Jennifer
name?
Aniston, and then I can't
Wow.
remember
What's
the
the
other
dude?
guys.
Oh, that guy, the lead guy.
Oh,
That's so
Billy
good.
Crudup. Billy Crudup.
Oh.
Billy Crudup
Oh
is in
my
it
God,
too.
he's so
Yeah.
good.
Billy Crudup,
Brilliant,
Dr. Manhattan, you know, or
He's always been good, right?
Russell
He's
from
been around for
Stillwater,
years and
almost
he's so
famous.
good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So good. He's brilliant.
So here I got
He's
another
really
question
good.
for Raja. They're coming in now. As a female, how did it feel being able to represent strong women in mainstream media?
Well, I have to tell you, not only an honor, but I have always stood on my own 2 feet. I come from a society which is, was, I should say, kind of what people would call oppressive for women.
Right.
That's the image, right, of Arabia. However, my experience was outside of the home, like at school, you know, out in the world, there was a lot of respect. There was, I felt that I developed my sense of self and strength in Kuwait. But I never accepted, even as a little kid, I remember writing stories. Actually, as I just moved houses, I discovered a trunk of all my old writing from when I was a little kid.
Wow.
Going back to when I was like 12 and 13 and 14. And I wrote about not bending to a man's will. I know it sounds crazy,
Right.
but even at
Wow.
the time, I was asking the question, why? Why does that exist? Because I always felt strong. I'm my mother's daughter. My mother, independent woman, totally, like she was one of the first women in computers in Scotland.
Wow.
Super smart, incredibly athletic, strong. So I got a lot of her. You know, I'm very athletic. I mean, I could sprint practically like a man at a time. It was super strong. Gymnastics, felt very strong with it. All these things. So I never felt that I had to be in a box.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. You weren't pigeonholed into
So,
something.
yeah, so
You
in
were
terms of-
something.
Yeah, strong women. I never felt I had to be subjugated or secondary to a man's will. And
That's
people
awesome.
often say, you know, why did you never marry? Well.
If I had $1.
Equal. No, it's truly no joking. No, completely separate about, you know, feeling that I want a partner who would respect me as an equal. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
And
yes.
to lift each other up as equals.
Right.
Yes.
Not
this
just
is the
expect
time
you to
that
submit. Yeah.
Yes. This is a time for that. This is, I mean, like women are now saying, hey, this is our time. The
Amazing.
future is female.
Yeah.
The future is
That's
female. I
awesome.
love that. I love that.
I'm all for that.
Can I-
I'm a big fan of females.
Listen, I'm all about it, and as a matter of fact, I might just steal that, and that'll be the title of this episode.
The future is female. I
future is
love
female.
it.
You know,
Future is
Nice.
female, baby.
yeah. So, I mean, like I'm overwhelmed with all the amazing questions that came in. Not bad ones. Everything was just amazing. Everybody was just having such a great time here on the show.
Yeah, time always flies so fast. How
I
much
know.
time
We got 3
does.
minutes left on the
Oh
show.
my god, that was so
I
fast.
know. My
I
main
love
my main
that.
question for you, Alan and Raja, is: would you consider ever coming back and perhaps doing another episode with us, some more questions and stuff like that? Because it seems to me that the chat room had an incredible time. This is something that they wanted, and we're a very interactive show.
Absolutely.
So you know,
Yeah, maybe we can
Yeah,
get
you guys are
a
great.
few more Alien Rangers too to come with them. We'll have
That'd
like
be fun.
we'll have a
I
powwow.
actually was trying to get a hold of Kareem just as a surprise thing. So I'm
oh,
gonna
that would
try
have been
again.
so
That
awesome.
would have been amazing.
We'll do it another
Yeah.
time.
That
Oh
would've been
man,
so
you
awesome.
teased
Jim
us,
will
Raja.
as well.
I know.
And be
Well,
careful. Be
yeah,
careful with
let's-
what you say, because the fans will remember here on the show, and they'll be like, "Hey, so I remember
Yes,
Raja one time
Yeah.
saying she's gonna bring this." So yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead,
yeah,
Steve.
listen,
Sorry.
We got him.
No,
to
you're okay.
PMC. We got him to PMC, and that was like, "Hello, Kareem. I miss
Yeah.
you. Love you."
Oh,
Such
that's
a
good.
great guy.
That's
You guys have
awesome.
done
Yeah,
a
well,
great job with this show. It's a really
Oh,
fun
thank
show,
you.
and you should be proud of it. It's great.
thank you. We appreciate that. So, real quickly before we finish up, I guess, can Alan, can you tell everybody where they can follow you? If you have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff, where they can kind
Twitter-
of catch up with you.
Yeah, Twitter and Facebook are the only things right now. Actually, I have Instagram, but it's usually a private one. But yeah, Facebook is usually the best place because I always just throw everything on there.
Right, and Twitter as
and
well. What's your Twitter?
What's your handle? Yeah.
Divas of Broadway.
Say it again.
Divas of Broadway.
Divas of
Love it.
Broadway.
It was my show
I'm
that I
all
did
about
in
it.
New
Man,
York.
the
That's-
ultimate diva.
No
love
wonder
it.
I
started
couldn't
it for
find
that
you. I'm
show,
trying to tag
so.
him on stuff, and I'm like, where the hell is Alan here? What a great freaking name. And yourself, Raja?
We should change our name of our show to this, Alex.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Dueling Divas.
The Divas.
The Fantastic Diva Show.
The Fantastic Diva. Yeah, exactly. And how about you, Raja? Are you just on Facebook? I've never found you on anything else.
Yeah, same
Or
here.
do you
I
have-
am on Instagram actually,
Oh,
and
what?
I have
Hold on.
yes,
gonna-
Mamselle Raj. That's me.
I have
Of
to
course it
follow you.
is. She's
I have
fancy.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
I have to follow you, Raja, just so that I can tag you and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like the show
Yeah.
when we finally put it out there. I have to
Yeah.
make sure everyone gets their link so you can
Thank
rewatch it and share it. So, and I'll get all that stuff from you at the end of the show as well. But yeah, man, like
Perfect.
I had a blast. This to me again, and I tell this to
We
Steve every
did as
time.
well.
Steve
Thank
brings you guys in, and I'm like a child in here dancing and having a great time. So you know, I'm
It always
reliving.
goes too fast. We should maybe make the show longer sometime. But I never want to like keep anybody longer than an hour, because what if they're not having fun, you know, and now they're stuck for another 45 more minutes. You know?
Yeah.
One of these.
Yeah. That was great. That was great.
Yeah. I figure I'm asking these people to come on for free and, you know, as a favor and stuff, so I don't want to keep them too long. But no, this was a
it's
lot
a
of fun,
fun
guys. So
time.
we
Yeah.
need to, you know, come back around to it
We'll get
again.
'em
We'll
all.
get some of the other guys. Yeah, that'd be great.
Totally.
And then we'll really like push it and won't make it like a last minute thing.
Yes.
So,
Well, I was
yeah.
just very delighted to hear from you, Steve. Really, and I'm so happy
good.
for
I'm so
your
glad.
wonderful move and your lovely
Yes.
new life.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
it's
Yeah,
much
so,
magic.
yeah. Yeah, well, whenever you come to London, whenever you guys come to London, both of you, make sure you guys meet up with us, because Alice and I will show
Absolutely.
you around. It'll be a lot
Meet
of
up
fun.
with you. You
Cool.
guys
Yeah,
better
we'll
have,
take you
like, a
over to
little
the
guest
princess's
room.
house.
Stop it! I'll tell you more about that in my relatives.
We'll have tea
next time.
at the princess's house. Castle, I guess.
I would be okay with that. I would be okay with that.
Pretty cool,
Yes.
huh?
By the way,
All right,
guys, what is this? May the power of good
Oh yes.
always be
That's
with you.
right.
I love
I
that.
thought it was always this. Remember this one when people
What
do
a
this
way
to
to
you?
end the show. That was
When people
amazing.
do
I
this,
do not know
that
what
means you get
that is.
punched. No, it's like it's a prank that people play on each other, where if you look down at the OK symbol, then they get to hit you.
Twice.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
How old were you?
Never
when
heard
you
of
did
that
this?
one.
Oh, this was last week.
Oh.
All right,
No,
guys. Yeah,
anyway.
so
I
thank
thought
you.
it was
Thank you
available.
so much.
Yeah,
I
right.
mean, seriously, I'll let Steve end the show like he always does, but thank you
Oh,
again
no,
from
I mean,
on my
of
end,
course.
you know.
Thank you to everybody on Twitch who watched us live today. We really appreciate it. We're going to keep trying to bring you guys some really good content. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Rajia, again. And on behalf
Thank
of
you.
myself and my co-host, Alex, may the power protect you, and everybody stay safe out there. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.